Hello, I hope y'all are all doing well. It's November 3rd, and today I'm once again back. So, today I'm going to be talking about tomorrow's severe weather threat. That's really going to be the only topic of today's video. We have a lot to talk about regarding tomorrow. We have a pretty, pretty like high tornado threat. I mean, this is like probably the largest tornado threat for tornadoes we've had in a while, a fairly long time. Uh, a pretty significant damage and wind threat, and threats for some smaller hail. Uh, I mean, there was some, maybe some areas could get some larger hail, but really tornadoes and wind will be the main threats. I think tornadoes will be the main threat. We can see tomorrow inside of our large enhanced risk that extends from a good portion of northeast Texas into northwest Louisiana, southwest Arkansas, and southeast Oklahoma. We see we have a 10 sig Tor risk. So what this means is that there is a like pretty much a 10% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point with inside of this 10%, which is in that yellow area. Inside of that 10% risk in the hatched area, which is like the black area that you see where there's like little diagonal lines. 10% risk or greater, which in this case it's 10% probability of an EF2 to an EF5 tornado. So like significant tornadoes, not like EF0 or EF1s, which can be significant, but like tornadoes rated EF2 or greater than 25 miles of a point. So yeah, I mean our threat tomorrow is fairly high compared to like other events we've had recently. We haven't seen a whole lot of tornado events this magnitude in the past. I think it's been several months since we've seen something like this. And now, yeah, so looking at the models. So we are zoomed in on Dallas Fort Worth right now, which is pretty much like right on that western. That's pretty much where the 10% risk does start, and then it extends through a good portion of East Texas, Southeast Oklahoma. But also we could see tornadoes outside of that too. The 10% is not like limited. We're going to talk about other areas that have the threat as well. We're just going to focus on like the big area first, like the threat, like the area of the largest threat. So 12 p.m. tomorrow. I'm going to lock it on hour 23 here. You can see we have a little bit of some like showers across Texas here. Looking at dew points, we can see like what we have going on. Actually, I'm just gonna take a look at the whole south central U.S. here. So we have a surface low about right here. It's not really like too, I guess, strong, you could say. I mean, it's not really too deep. It's it's only about 1,006 millibars at this time on the HRRR, but we can see we have dews in the 70s. Really just feeling those showers, like prefrontal showers, and like our prefrontal storms soon, which we're going to look at in a second. This is 17Z tomorrow, so this would be 12 p.m. Central Time. I mean, just very large area here, dews in the 60s. Composite reflectivity there. Let me go back to our forecasted reflectivity. Looking at like this tomorrow at 18Z, we start to see a little bit more convection across this area. The main front's still back here though. We take a look. We go back to we switch back to dew points, and I mean, yeah, our main front is still way back there. Our low is round right there, and we start to see some storms going off. Let's take a little box sounding for that area. It shouldn't be too contaminated. I'll just take another sounding. I'm not going to take a box sounding. I'll just take one right here. Yeah, this just pretty much shows us what is going on environment-wise here right before these storms get started in this particular area. So, I mean, what we're looking at is, so we have a substantial amount of CAPE, plenty of instability, 1,000 joules per kilogram roughly, so that's going to really be fuel for these storms. Not like an insane amount of instability like we see in the summer, but That's fairly good for November. That's pretty good. D Cape 936, 3 Cape is 42. I mean, this is like pretty much a lower end 10 sig right here. You can see we have very good directional shear right there. Around 25 to like 30 knots. Like blending like surface to 3 kilometers, 32 knots. SRH is pretty good. Pretty high, around 200. So generally, that's a pretty good sounding right there. Going towards 19 Z, you can see these storms are quickly blowing up along that, like where we have all that moist air moving north. Hicken is sounding in eastern Oklahoma here. Even in this area where we have like thermodynamics or worse, we lack that instability. The tornado threat will be lower, but it'll still exist. We can see this Hodo is definitely not bad. I mean, this will favor, really potentially like classic supercells, maybe some like more HP ones. Shear, but pretty much the same. As down in Texas. Let's just skip ahead 2 hours. 21Z. We have a lot of storms now in this area. Just a mess. It's like supercells and then just normal convection. If I can try to get a sounding in front of this, it'll be really nice. That's not contaminated. Okay, yeah, we'll just use this one. Contamination's not too bad. It's usable. Yeah, so we can see the Hodo's pretty nice. We also have a lot of instability. We're pushing 2,000. We have over 2,000 surface-based Cape now. Almost 2,000 ML Cape. The shear in this sounding's even better. 39 knots surface 3 kilometer SRH looking good as well. The only problem I see is that this like grows upscale too quickly. Although I don't think that'll be too much of a problem like for any of these storms. I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. I think we'll definitely still see a tornado threat, even if this is like literally just turned straight into a line. I think we're still going to see tornadoes, most likely. Looking at another sounding, pretty much same deal. Pretty good shear, like pretty good hodograph as well. Southwest Missouri, even all the way up in Southwest Missouri. Tornado threat's lower. We still have good shear and stuff, but we start to get like a little more messy storm mode as well as lower instability. We could still see a few supercells way up there though that could like pose a tornado threat. Right now, like greatest tornado threats looking like generally that area, like kind of east of Dallas. That's kind of looking like the best. That's where we could see like the most discrete action. Way down here. And yeah, the shear is good. That's some of the best shear we've seen in a while. Best photographs as well. So yeah, tomorrow looks to be like, I don't really know like what to compare this day to. There's not a whole lot to compare this day to. But we have a big enhancer. So we play out the radar though, actually. Excuse me. As well, we can see what these storms do. So we see pretty much that like those prefrontal like supercells form into like a fairly strong line moving east, still continuing as supercells. This is 7 p.m. now. We still have some supercells in like East Texas. Still the shear is really good. So the tornado threat's not going to be going away even as we get. This is after dark now, I'm pretty sure, as well. So that'll be a threat. Tornado threat as we get after dark will decrease further north. We're going to see that like more messy type. We're going to see that messy storm mode. A lot more messy. We're going to see storms aren't going to be as strong as well. Definitely, we don't have just the basic ingredients. We lack a little bit more up there. We don't have like as much instability. But that further south, those storms, we still have that instability. Those storms are going to be able to continue even after dark for a little bit with that tornado threat. Potentially, all night we're going to be seeing a severe weather threat across Arkansas, like all of Louisiana, and a good portion of Mississippi as well until these storms die out in Alabama. So we see the cold front line get going like towards sunset, and then they kind of combine overnight because that cold front line starts like pushes quicker. So yeah, I mean that's kind of an overview of our severe weather threat. The areas I think we like really need to watch is pretty much, I mean, like what I said before. We're gonna really want to watch these areas here. I'm thinking that could be our best area. Maybe further west. It kind of just depends where you see all this convection really like begin in front of this front. So yeah, that is tomorrow. I mean, that's all I really planned on talking about in today's video, just because tomorrow is important. But so yeah, I mean, I might be able to stream tomorrow. Actually, I can't stream too late because I have work Saturday morning. But I could stream probably like 4 or 5, like when I get home from school. So I'll see if I can do that. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. I hope y'all all have a good day tomorrow, and goodbye.